We are now joined by Trailblazers forward Jake Layman. Jake, how you doing this evening? Take us through kind of what the team went through today.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we just got done with practice at the Golden One Center. It was a great practice. Guys are locked in, ready to get this win tomorrow.
I was talking to Michael about how when he played, they had to fly commercial. What's been the biggest difference between travel for college and travel for the NBA, and this being your first season?
We travel private at Maryland too, but just the amount of travel is so much different. It feels like I'm in a different city every night. It's definitely taking some getting used to.
It's interesting as we talk with Michael, the benefits of being able to fly private so far. Have you had a favorite city that you've visited so far this season?
I think San Francisco is probably the favorite city that I've been to so far. The food spots are great. Weather wasn't too bad when we were there. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So take me through some of the food spots that Jake Layman goes to, because I hear about Maryland, and I hear about crab cakes naturally. Are you a seafood guy, or what did you hit up in San Francisco?
Yeah, steakhouses. I'm always down for a nice steakhouse because they always have great crab cakes at steakhouses. Steakhouses. We went to a Peruvian spot last night. Festus took us to his favorite Peruvian spot down there. It was awesome food. Yeah.
Sounds like the good life. Jake, Michael,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. With the travel being more, right?
Yeah.
And you're landing in different time zones, so you're waking up at different times and you're going to bed at different times. How do you time your routine, your game day routine? Do you back it up from the tip? How do you get consistency in your routine?
Well, one of our guys here, Chris Stackpole, I'm sure you guys know him. He tries to make sure that we stay on Portland time, so the West Coast time, wherever we go, whether it's going to sleep earlier or going to sleep later. So it kind of helps you stay in that time zone.
As you get used to this your first year, have you had a welcome to the NBA moment, whether that was something positive or negative or something somewhat unique? Is there a moment that sticks out to you that really clicked with you as far as, okay, I'm in the NBA now?
I think that first game I got in against the Warriors was definitely that moment. Because it was my first time playing an NBA game, and to be able to score those points, it was definitely a fun welcome to the NBA for me.
What did you say to your family afterwards, or did they have any words of advice or anything particular that they said to you?
After that game?
Yes.
They thought I was going to be starting every game from now on, going forward.
Jake, Jake, I wanted to ask you about that because, you had I remember we talked to you, I think, right when you were drafted on Courtside, but the way your NBA career started, you were just on fire. You were on the top of historical, statistical categories. And I just wondered when that was happening, how were you handling the mental gymnastics that had to be occurring in your mind?
Yeah, my family would say those things, but it wasn't really that serious. They would joke about it and stuff with me. My agent was joking about maybe retiring after that game and stuff like that. So it was all fun stuff.
Obviously, the fans here in Rip City, they recognize that, and we know that there's certainly a lot more noise in the Moda Center whenever you check in. When was the first time you got recognized in the city, and did it catch you off guard? And then since that first game, have you noticed an uptick in the amount of times people are probably asking you for selfies?
Definitely, yeah. The first time I got noticed was right after that game. I took an Uber somewhere, and the guy knew who I was right away. But yeah, it's been great to see the love that the fans have for all the players out here.
Obviously, in the NBA, you get a lot of, free time before the season starts, when the season is very busy. But what do you like to do in your free time when you get a chance to chill?
I feel like we haven't had much time to do that at all so far this season. But when I'm home, whether it's just hanging out with my girlfriend who's out in Portland now, or hanging out with my two dogs that I have, taking them on walks, going to the park, going to the movies with my girlfriend, going out to eat. Just all those regular things I feel like is what I like to do.
Jake, I'm I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't know if you may not have an answer. You may not have had this experience, and I know I've had a couple of them when I play. But what's the most surprising thing that has happened to you on the floor in an NBA game where you were just kind of like, whoa? I mean, has there been one of those moments?
I mean, not one that I can pinpoint out so far. I mean, I'm sure if you ask me in a couple months, I'll definitely have one for you.
When you first got here, did you get a starstruck feeling at all when you see some of the names on the lockers in the locker room you're with, or you're getting a chance to hop on the court with some of these players? I know everyone says it's business as usual. You go out there, but did you ever have that moment where you just realize, okay, I'm playing with so-and-so, or I'm getting a chance to go against so-and-so?
Yeah, I mean, just walking in our locker room, seeing Dame's name on the locker, CJ's name, guys who I've watched on TV. And looked up to. It was definitely awesome to be able to walk in and know that these guys are my teammates now. And then obviously, seeing guys like LeBron or D Wade that we're playing against. Guys who I've watched my whole life. I'm here and I'm playing against them now. So it's just awesome.
Jay, we talked about the difference in travel from college to pro, and we talked about the fact that you travel more, and certainly you play more games or you play with more frequency. When you look at your preparation, what changes have you noticed about your game prep from college to pro, and about how quickly you have to process new information to game plan and get prepared?
Yeah, for college, you're scouting a team for 3 or 4 days before you play them. But in the NBA, it's the day of the game where you're watching film on a team they haven't played before. You're getting the scouting report on a team that day. So it's definitely a lot quicker to learn guys' tendencies and teams' plays and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably the biggest difference.
This is a popular question for any rookie, regardless of the professional sport they're in, but I'm very curious about this. In your opinion, what's the biggest difference on the court between the college game and the NBA game?
Level of play is so much higher compared to college. The speed of the game, how strong guys are. It's just a totally different game than college to me. It's definitely taking some getting used to for sure.
And where do you think you've improved the most since you've had a chance to be with this Blazers organization?
I think defensively, I definitely improved a lot in these last couple of months. My shot's not falling right now. I'm gonna keep shooting it. But I think for me, the thing I'm most proud of is my defense.
When you look at the game from that defensive perspective, what is your go-to? I mean, when you're sitting there and you're looking at the game, what are you looking for in terms of what you're going to bring to the table defensively? Are you looking at the position you're going to play? Are you looking at the style of play? Tell me a couple of go-tos for you defensively.
I think for me is, when I'm sitting on the bench waiting to get in, I'm seeing guys like Mo or AC or Evan Turner out there, and I'm kind of watching what they're doing because I'm playing those same spots when I'm out there. So I'm seeing where they get steals or where they get rebounding position and all that stuff.
Jake, this will be our last show before Christmas gets here, and the question I ask the guys in the studio is, do you have a Christmas gift that you remember very vividly or one that stands out as one of your favorites growing up?
Oh, man. One of my favorites of all time? That's a tough question. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now.
Okay, I'll toss an easier one. You mentioned you had a girlfriend. Do you have her shopping done yet for this year, though?
I do.
Okay, that's a good man.
I'm usually one to wait till the last minute, but this year I've been good with it.
Jake, good for you, man. Because on my way over here to do this show, my wife said, "You do know Christmas is Saturday."
Wait, he's got it done. He sounds like a savvy vet. Jake, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We appreciate it. Best of luck against Sacramento.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.